Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are learning how to make this beautiful bubu dress with fringe, and you also learn how to fix your fringe properly. So if this is kind of video you've been interested in learning, please stick with me, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get started. These are the materials we'll be needing for making this dress. I have my fabric here. I have about 4 yards of fabric, but I did not use all. I have my scissors, my tape, my ruler, my bias, and also fringe. Here I have about 2 yards of the fringe. Okay, so the bias is to fix the fringe and also to turn the neckline of my dress. So the next thing I'll go ahead now is to cut my dress. So I have my fabric here on fold. I have two on fold like this for the front and the back. You can cut it out if you want, or you just go ahead and fold it 4 times. For you to get that, you have to measure your neckline, your shoulder, and also the length of your sleeve. For you to use it and cut out the one that will be enough for you. So first I want to go ahead and take my neck measurement. The neck width I'm using is 3.5. Go ahead and arrange your fabric very well so the front won't be higher than the back. So I will mark my neck width, which is 3.5. I use 3.5 for the neck width, and for the neck depth I'm using 1.5 inches for the back. Okay, when I'm done, I'll go ahead and work on the front neckline. Remember, the front neckline is a V neckline, so we'll cut the back first, then we'll go ahead and get the front neckline. So after that, I'm going to place my tape like this, and I'll mark my shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 15, divide by 2 will give me 7.5. So after marking it, I'm going to go ahead and mark from there, from the where the shoulder point stopped. I'm going to place my tape and I will mark how long I want my sleeve to be. So now I'm using 13 inches. My sleeve length is 13 inches. I'll go ahead and mark it here. Remember, this is bubu gown, so we are cutting both the sleeve together. Okay, so from this point where the sleeve line stopped, I'm going to come down with 1 inch. Come down by 1 inch and then connect it back to the neck width. Okay, using a straight line. You can use your free hand, or you can just use your ruler and connect it this way. This will serve as the shoulder slope, as our shoulder is not straight. So from that 1 inch, now I'll measure how wide I want my sleeve to be. Mine, I use 9 inches, so I'll just come down by 9 inches here, and I will go ahead and connect it. The chalk is not showing very well, but you can follow what I'm doing here. So I came down by 9 inches. That is the opening of my sleeve. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just connect it this way. Now the next thing I want to measure is from this shoulder line. I'll come down to my waistline, and then to my hip line, and then to the length of the sleeve. What I just measured now is my chest point. You might not really need this, but if you want your bubu to be curvy, you can mark your chest line. But for this dress that I made, I do not need the chest point. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to mark is my hip point, and after that I will take the full length of my dress. Like I said, you might not necessarily need that chest point, as it might not be necessary. So the full length of the dress for the ankara is 40 inches. So the fringe will now complete it to make it longer. So after marking it, I'll add extra 1 inch for hemming. So I'll just go ahead and extend the line just like this. So on this chest point, I'll go ahead and mark my chest circumference divide by 4. I'll mark it. That's if you want your bubu to be curvy anyways, but for me this was not necessary at all. After that, I just joined the line from the sleeve length. I just curved it towards the hip line. Okay, but if you want it to be curvy, this is what you would do. You mark your chest circumference by 4, add extra allowance, and then on the hip I divided my hip circumference by 4, mark it, and then added extra 5 inches for both sewing allowance and ease. So now on this point, this sleeve point, I'm just going to make a curvy shape to get the armhole. Okay, just small curvy shape, like about 1 inch curved inside. just curve it inside a little, and when you do that, you just from there extend the line to the hip line. But if you want the bubu to be curved inside, you're going to curve it and take it towards the where the chest point stopped and then to the hip line. But from here I just curved it towards the hip line, and I'm going to just extend the line to the hem side, just a straight line, connect it to the hem side. After that, I'll go ahead and cut it. So before cutting the dress, I want to first draft out the pockets because I like cutting my dress together with the pockets. This way is quite easy and less time consuming. It comes out very well as well. So I'm going to measure from this shoulder. I'll just measure down about 18 inches. Okay, 18 inches point here. When I mark it, I'm going to place my hand from that point. You can measure how wide you want your pocket to be. You can just place your hand this way. So when I place my hand, I'm just going to mark a shape of a pocket. I'm just going to curve it down like this. You can see what I'm doing. The stroke is not visible, but you just follow what I'm doing. So from here, I'm just going to cut it and cut it the shape of the pocket as well. Just follow what I'm doing right now. You can see I'll just cut it from the pocket. That's it, guys. So after cutting it, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the first one as we work on the second one for the front part. So now to get that v-neck shape, I'm just going to come down from here. You can see how I slanted my tape. I'm just going to place it this way, 9 inches. You can go ahead and use 10 inches or 8 inches depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. So after that, from there, I'm just going to take it back to the neck width. You don't need to extend the neck width. Just curve it this way. Place a straight line and then to the neck width. Then after that, you cut it. So now the next thing I want to do is turn the neckline. You can cut a facing for it, or you can just go ahead and use your bias to turn it. So on this one, I'm just going to use a bias to turn it. So I'm going to place my bias this way. See how the bias is folded. So I'm just going to place the right side on the right side of the fabric. Okay, when I place it, the bias is folded into two. Okay, the first folding, I'm just going to place it and sew from there. I'll sew it round. You can see how it is. After that, I'm just going to turn it towards the wrong side and then top stitch. Okay, you can cut a facing for this like I said, or you can use your bias to turn it, and I'll do the same thing to the back. So now I've finished turning it. You can see how it's looking. This is the bias. Okay, and I've also turned the back as well. So I'm going to place the front and the back together, right side facing right side. Just place it this way and then arrange it very well. So I'll just go ahead and stitch both the shoulder. Okay, and then I'll turn the sleeve as well. So for the side, after stitching the shoulder for the side, I'm just going to arrange it very well. Make sure you arrange it very well and the two pockets is aligning together. Make sure the two pockets is aligning together. So you're going to stitch from that sleeve side. When you get to this place, don't need of stitching straight. You're going to stitch from here. When you get here, okay, you're going to just curve it. No need of stitching straight, okay. Just curve it and stitch from here towards this point. You can back stitch if you want. Then from here you curve it again towards the hem side. So I'll do that this side, and then I'll hem this part, and I'll stitch the other side just like that as well. So guys, I'm done stitching it, and you can see how beautiful it's looking already. So I left this opening here and here as well, so I'll be able to fix my fringe, and after that I'll go ahead and stitch it. So now I'm going to bring the fringe. There is two ways you can actually fix your fringe using your bias. Okay, so for the first one, make sure you have hemmed this hem side. Okay, so you're going to place your fringe like this on top of the right side. Then you place your bias on top, because you can't sew on the fringe, it will keep removing. So you place your your bias on top like this and you sew on the edge straight. Then after that you sew again on the other edge. This way it will be easier for you to sew it. But if you don't want this like that, you can place the fringe inside, okay, inside the fabric. Then the fabric will be on top of the fringe, and then you place your bias underneath it at the wrong side, just this way. Place your fringe this way, okay, and then place your bias this way, and then you're going to sew from the front side. You're going to stitch from the front side. So I stitched from the front side, and this is what I have. This is how beautiful this dress is looking already. You can see it's very neat. The front side is very neat. I stitched on top just like the second example I showed you. Okay, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching till this end. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notification button so when I post a next video you'll be able to get notified. See you guys when I post next video, and thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.